I woke up to a world remade, a silent revolution that had occurred while I slept. The familiar hum of the city was still there, but something fundamental had shifted. It was in the way people moved, the way they looked at each other. The usual frantic rush for the morning commute was replaced by a calm, deliberate flow of bodies. Walking down the street, I noticed the first tangible sign. The ATM on the corner was dark, its screen blank. Then I saw the bakery's window, the price list wiped clean. It was as if every symbol of currency, every dollar sign and price tag had simply evaporated overnight. My confusion deepened as I entered my usual cafe. The aroma of coffee was the same, a comforting constant in a world turned upside down. I ordered my regular black coffee and a croissant, but when I reached for my wallet, the barista just smiled. She gestured towards a man sketching her portrait on a napkin, his charcoal-stained fingers moving with practiced ease. "He's paying for your breakfast," she said, her voice light. The artist looked up, nodded at me, and then went back to his work, a drawing for a coffee and a pastry. I watched, bewildered, as a woman handed the barista a small hand-knitted scarf in exchange for a steaming latte. The fabric was intricate, a beautiful pattern of deep blues and grays. No cash exchanged hands, only goods, services, and a sense of mutual appreciation. The city had transformed into a sprawling, vibrant marketplace of skills and creations. It was a beautiful, chaotic dance of human interaction. Down by the old town square, a young woman with a guitar strapped to her back wasn't busking for coins, but for life's necessities. Her melody, a hauntingly beautiful folk tune, filled the air, and a small crowd gathered. As she finished her song, a man with calloused hands approached her, not with a crumpled bill, but with a crate brimming with fresh vegetables, tomatoes, cucumbers, and leafy greens, all glistening in the morning sun. She smiled a genuine, heartfelt smile and accepted the offering. Elsewhere, a tailor was mending a child's torn jacket, and in return, the child's mother, a baker, promised him a loaf of her renowned sourdough bread. Every transaction was a story, a direct connection between one person's labor and another's need, drawn by a sense of needing to contribute. I wandered towards a small community garden I had often passed but never truly seen. People were working together, their hands deep in the rich soil, tending to rows of vibrant plants. An older woman with a kind, weathered face saw my hesitation and beckoned me over. She handed me a trowel and showed me how to weed around the delicate tomato seedlings. I spent the afternoon working under the sun, the rhythmic motion of pulling weeds and turning soil becoming a form of meditation. I spoke with a carpenter who was building new planters, a teacher who was organizing a watering schedule, and a chef who was planning a communal meal with the day's harvest. When the day's work was done, the woman who had welcomed me pressed a basket into my hands. It was filled with fresh lettuce, ripe tomatoes, and fragrant herbs. It wasn't payment, it was a share. It was a thank you. In that moment, holding the fruits of a shared effort, I felt a profound sense of belonging I hadn't realized I was missing. As I walked home, the setting sun casting long shadows across the moneyless city, I finally understood. We had been so busy chasing numbers on a screen that we had forgotten the true nature of value. It wasn't in the paper or the metal we carried in our pockets. True value was in the skill of a musician's hands, the care of a farmer's labor, the warmth of a shared meal. It was in the community we built, the connections we forged, and the simple, profound act of helping one another. We hadn't lost anything. We had gained everything. We had rediscovered the human economy, an economy of talent, kindness, and connection. And in this new world, I felt richer than I ever had before.